Okay, ready? Preparation, we begin. Yeah. Okay, thanks. So Dorothy, is an hour and a half too long for you in a class? Is an hour and a half too long a class for you? Because usually these classes are an hour and a half.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, are you okay with doing the whole hour and a half?
Yeah, I am. I don't know anything about
Yeah.
the second.
Yeah. Are you
I mean, I practice the summer.
are you going to come on Tuesdays mostly?
It's going to change.
Yeah.
This week I can. It's Saturday too, right?
It's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then in the evenings I have Thursday at 6. But that's too late for you. That might be 6 to 7:30. Is that on a Thursday? Because that class is really small. Then I can help you more with the longer
So
form.
I could maybe try it this
Yeah,
Thursday.
every.
I'm busy during the day on Thursday, but I could come at maybe.
Yeah.
So what time is
I mean,
it?
it's at 6.
6.
Yeah. Occasionally, you can maybe do that one.
I can do more than one a week if I want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
I may come back on Thursday night.
yeah.
Yes, it is long for me. That was my one worry about it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
healing. But I get to the point where I need some instruction because I just.
Yeah.
And the English is really hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this is great, thank you.
Yeah, well, it was good to see you. I know. I saw Barkley yesterday. Barkley and yeah, his wife came when they were at Belmont, the couple.
Oh,
Yeah, she, Minako. Yeah, they came, did it outside. So on Sundays we have the outside. Did you come Sunday? No.
No, you get out of bed.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I thought about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's at 9:30. It's at 9:30 on Sundays.
Thank you.
So yeah, okay.
Sit out the second one.
Oh, okay. We'll do it again. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's from Belmont, and she also did the Parkinson's classes when I had them. Yeah, yeah. So, so it's, well, she was doing both. She came to do those, and she's been doing it online. So she's trying to do the long form now. Yeah. So, and yeah. Okay. So we'll go through it again. Good. Deep breathing. So this is just an extension of the body, and we use the same methodical way of doing things, vertical, horizontal, and use the reference points, the body. So you're downward. So when we push, it's vertical. When we slice, there's actually a little bit more of a horizontal slant than the 45. So we have the 45 ones when they're open like that, but the neck ones are kind of like maybe 10 degrees. So when we slice across, so you take the strain off the shoulder by dropping it slightly, so that's where sinking the elbow comes in. So then you end up with this oblique position like this. Otherwise, your shoulder will be, forcing the movement. So just when you flip it over, just do it by turning the elbow. And then once you get to this position, your hand's going to be slightly angled like that to do that. Because when it's like this, your shoulder's going to be actually not in a good position. So you want to just and use gravity. It just crosses, and it just crosses. Because if you continue the movement, then you can actually bring it down, other than trying to hold it up like that. So it takes some of the strain off your shoulder. So look for vertical, horizontal, and sinking the elbow, because everything that goes to side, right and left, ends up as a sinking. If you turn your waist, especially, you'll take it to more of a natural position where it's going to be supported by your front position. So you really don't go beyond the 45 degrees again. So it's something the body will pick up as a turning of the spine. And then vertical here. This, if you relax the wrists and keep your elbow in this neutral position, it's really just sitting in the palm of your hand. You don't even have to hold it. Just what holds it is the top two fingers. Because if you grip it, then your wrist actually is tight. So you just look for the seating of that wrist, and you just can hold it in balance, really, not really a lot of strength in the hand. Then when you go to the side, then you kind of work your wrist a little bit to get it to there, but it's really just sitting, and here again your fingertips are kind of holding it, but then it's leverage between your hand and your wrist. So when you go like this, it's just there, and you just put a little bit of tension in it to level it off. So it's just trying to find those balance points.
So we do want to, when you stretch out, we want to make it straight.
Yeah. That's just a line. Yeah, so when you have a sword, the wrist really begins to create that alignment. It's sort of ergonomics. That's why it's got the shape on it to help, because if it was just straight, it'd be a lot harder to do. If you ever look at a handle on a axe or a hammer, it's got a curve on it to help with the mechanics of that movement, because when you go like that, it's either all going to happen in your wrist, or you have that handle that produces some of that, so you don't strain your hand too much. So a lot of all these swords are like this, except for the straight sword. Straight sword is different because you hold it light, and it has a different type of action. There's not a whole lot of physical axing, sort of, whereas it's more, in the wrist. That's also created by the elbow. So when you go to the right and you go to the left, the elbow actually helps to do that. And when the elbow does that, your shoulder is actually turning in there a little bit, yeah. So, this action happens, that's oblique, but if it was on a horizontal, it's like what you're doing with the opening and closing of the, in the kicks, that motion. Yeah, so that is elbow in, elbow out. So elbow out, elbow in. So you begin to create the motion without just a physical isolated motion. It becomes a function of. So it's just like up and down is really, when you sink with the other sword, the sinking creates down and up. So it's like a seesaw, it's leverage. It's a fulcrum, a pivot point. So when we slice like this, there's a pivot point, which is here, and then a turn of the waist and a transition in the leg that creates that. In chopping, you really want to be keeping it fairly even, but you're using gravity. You free fall it, and then you settle the wrist to create the horizontal position. So we're just learning how to use our strength, basically. That's what we're doing. So the whole, even in Kung Fu, we do a lot of strength movements that appears to be strength, but you're learning how to control your musculature by the intensity and the dynamics and the isometric type things that happen in the body. So in isometric, it's like a standstill, but we don't put so much force in it that it becomes stiff. So like a press is really sort of like an isometric, but you're not putting so much intensity in the thing that there's lockout. So it's it's kind of interesting when we do this. When we get it to here, when the sword goes to here, you drop the elbow and lift your shoulder, and it should be in that position. So when we slice around, we sink the elbow, lift the shoulder, the sword will be vertically on your spine. And so if you try to do this and then bring it over without the control of the elbow, then it's going to be conflicted sometimes. So it's just when and how you move the joint. So this one really is actually just that. Now when we go like this, and then turn it to this side, and you go under, and then you lift. So once you chop under the leg, it's really like that, and then it goes up. So you're coming like this. And then this is your your golden cockroach stands on one leg. So you look at the angular slice, it's really 1, 2, turn it like this, 3. So that's just lifting. This is from this corner to there. So you come around, and it looks like that. And then so when it comes around, you up, goes under and up. Then you take it out, go over the top, and you, So when you chop down, that's your support leg there, but the weight is here. That's just putting a truss there to support you from tipping over. So if you just did this, it would be like this. If you do this, it's there, but that's a setup to do your turn. And then you're going to switch to the left hand. So switching is this. So we're after the turn, right? So we here, we chop down, then you flip the sword, and then now it's like this. You just grasp it here, goes to here. You let it go here, flip it again like this, and then it goes here. So during that flip, you can make your change. So that's what happens here. 1, 2, 3. So you almost, if you did it, it's almost like throwing it into the other hand. And because it's essentially, it's almost weightless at that point because it's going through a motion. So when you're here, so the momentum is created by that, yeah. So you can see that. So agility of footwork is also agility of your, and dexterity of your hands. So then when you're here, this is a diagonal. You sit back and you cut. This is just like when we did that other turn, we're here. And then this goes to here. And we're gonna do that. So when it gets to this upper arm, you're here. So because we're turning, this goes over. And then this goes to here. And then we turn this hand so you create the brush. And then we shift. And we're here. So when we brush, now we turn, now we bring this hand around again. So here's the turning of the body. Right? We're here. 1, 2, 45 degrees. Because we're twisted here, we reset here, and it goes down. So the sword's just going for the ride. It's a passive active movement. So when we do the sword, we just really want to not use strength too. You know, try not to use strength. That's Tai Chi. It's all about not using physical strength, the right amount of strength, and intent. So, want to go through the straight sword? Or? Yeah. Is your hip okay? Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just find the length. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so stiff last time.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I thought I'll do one of each, and then
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty long, 2.5 hours. I do this 2.5 hours, and I have a Wellesley one at 1 that I have to Zoom. And then I have to come back here at 6 to do the children's class. It's a Kung Fu class at 6.
So do you have to go to Wellesley to do it there?
No, I do it here. I set up here. That was a whole.
Is this for the students?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're back.
They're back. Classes started last week. I had already had 2 classes.
Is that
But
online?
not all of it's online. They have some live classes, but all the PE classes, other than there's 2 that's actually there. You probably have to use some kind of equipment to do that. But all the others, yeah. So I had to go through a list to see if they signed the disclosure, but it's not alphabetical. It's just all of it. I said, wow, there's over 700 kids in the phys ed department doing, because they all have to do it. No, 700 in the PE department, doing all the classes. Not mine. I only have 15, but 15 is already pretty tough to see, because they're in their rooms. It's kind of dark, so I can barely. I have to really, because they're standing. I only see like their hands. I mean.
They're in their rooms doing it.
Yeah.
Right, because they can't be in.
They had to sign a disclosure saying that you have to be in a space that it's safe and this and that, and if it's not, you can find another space to work it. So who knows how they're going to do that? I don't think it. So there's a few students that do it outdoors maybe, and they have their laptop going because they have Wi-Fi all over the place. But yeah, it's a challenge. So my class is actually Zoom. Then I switched to the I have videos I made in there that's about 20 minutes long, and they watch that because that's easier. It's better than seeing me. They're seeing me anyways, but Zoom, the camera is not that good. Yeah, and so I do 20 minutes of that, and I go back and we finish it up by that, any questions. So that's a format I use. I don't know how anyone else does it. Because a lot of them, just like yoga, they're doing it, but they're just using that little format, which is not so great. It's easier to teach a course, I think, if you're just talking, but if it's a physical thing, it's hard to see. Okay, deep breathing. Okay. I'm doing. Everybody good with that one? Try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still not hung up in the same place.
The thing we worked on last week?
My brain must be deteriorating right in that spot.
The one we did from that thing.
Yeah, the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
So we're here, yeah. 1, 2, and then it just flickers down. Then you lift, and we lift the knee. Then this goes over the head like this. It goes the horizontal, over the top. We go to the left, then we move to the right, and we push out. Then we sink down, then we kick up, step down and push, and then we're ready to do this movement. Then you drop it in and step up. And that would be, well, that's what we did last week. We worked on here. So we're here, and so this just all the way down to here. Turn the blade, you invert the hand, then you end up with this over the top of the head. Then we're going to go to the left, step out to the right, then go to the left, and we're here. Yeah. And then there, to here. And then drop it in your hands like that. Then we turn, scoot up like that. So the stab is actually like this. Once you have to set this up, then you're going to go right past, and you're flat like that. So the blade's flat.
And you're 45,
Yeah, in the corner, right.
and are you, when you go over your 45 also?
Yeah, yeah. So here, you go 1, 2, 3. Then you lift up, and then you kick. Then you turn, you're in this diagonal fly position. And then, so see how that angle position is the same as shoulder and hip. So if I took the sword out, you're there. And then we open it up. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. It goes over the head, vertical. Create a circle, go to the vertical, and then your blade's like this. Going 1, 2, 3, turn, 4, 5. Slice around behind you, and then you're like this. So you're in the left hand. You're holding the sword with your left, actually, here. Yeah, right. So you're in the left. Then you swing this, yeah. Then you're back to here. Oop. Then we're here, and you're back to the right side. Then you do that slant up to that corner. So and drop the hand, and then we're here, yeah. So. And there's your left-handed movements to here. Yeah. So we have this little reset here. So when you're here, press, thrust, and then back to here. So there is that one more maneuver. So you're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then here, then we turn again. Here. Then we come back to here, and we end up like this. This is like in the beginning of the form, that position. The beginning one's horizontal, this one's more slanted. Then you're here, over the top, cut up, drop it over this way. So this is like this. So the sword ends up turning like that. So we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're back. Then we're here, then we turn, hop, then we go to the left side, to the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, step up, 1, 2, 3, 4, poke, invert the sword, then you're going to go back 4 times, or stab, 1, 2, 3, and then on 4, we switch. We go 1, 2, 3, poke, low, 1, 2, 3, center, 1, 2, 3, face the area, and we step back, slice out, fold the sword, and we're here, draw, divert, flip, up like that, then pull back, sit back, go forward, back, turn, and forward. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that was a review. So, yeah. So there's a lot of switching of hands and right and left side movements. So, want to go through it from beginning again, or you want to just review that section? You want to, those 3, the whole from beginning? From the beginning, yeah. Okay. Okay. So we're here. Okay, deep breathing. So, yeah, so the Thursday night Tai Chi class at 6 is actually pretty light. Last week there was Arthur. So if you have time on a Thursday, you didn't come in during whatever, you can always do that. At 6 o'clock. It's not night, but it's at 6. Because Thursday we only have Tai Chi and then we have the advanced Kung Fu after that. Some of the kids' class typically on Thursday, I moved it to Friday, so they're 2 separate slots. So because if I had Kung Fu and Tai Chi at 4, at 6, I wouldn't be able to teach both classes. So
what is Thursday at 6?
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half Tai Chi.
Not doing the morning class.
We have streaming in the morning.
Yes, the morning.
So the morning I stream it, and then at 6 I do a live class. So, but people have been coming to the streaming, 2 or 3 people maybe, and then today was actually a pretty big class considering. So, yeah, that's just if people can be concerned with, the space and too many people. But, it's like, like we was talking to Nan, most of the people that come have been regular, and we just assume everyone is, just like a family. They're usually pretty responsible. It's when you go outdoors into, I think the supermarket could probably be the most people you run into on a daily basis. And I go to the supermarket 2 or 3 times a week because I don't like to buy too much. And keep it because it goes bad. And restaurants, not too many people go into restaurants, even though they're open. But so takeouts. Yeah, it's tough. Well, people are just getting used to working from home and stuff like that, and and it's actually pretty good you save a lot of, well, when they first started, no one was driving, pollution went down. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, even coming over here this morning at 9, usually I run into a live traffic. It's very low. So they're saying, wait a minute, it's after Labor Day. And I realize they're working from home.
Yeah.
They're not in that class. They're not commuting.
And school's not really open yet, I don't think. They don't open to new. Yeah, and I don't know much live, is it? No, they're doing virtual. Yeah, they're doing it from home. So there's going to be no kids, parents driving kids to school.
I don't know what these poor parents are doing. My stepdaughter's being driven crazy because one week they say one thing, the next week they change it.
I think it's pretty.
They set it up with her work, and now she's got to redo it. It's just really hard.
Yeah, it's okay for kids that are a little older, but the little ones, it's really hard for them to learn because they don't even know, even with a teacher, they're explaining exactly what you're supposed to be doing, that they can't get it. They can't even get it sometimes.
It's hard to focus when you're that
Yeah. And then those naps. It's just, it's really the structure. You need the structure. You got to get up and go someplace and come back, and it's your day. You get, so when you're home, it's too lax, really. So going in, when they're young like that, they don't have that, that discipline that they need to go and do certain things at certain times of the day. I mean, even when we were closed, it was like I was open. I was here by myself, but with Lucian, but it became, I was still getting here at 8:30, but I had other stuff to do. I would wipe down counters and wipe the floor down, but hey, Connor. And Connor has a routine. He comes and does all his homework over there. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. That's Connor. It's Maria's son. Yeah, well,
really good. Like
He was little when he graduated from college now,
Yeah.
and he's trying to do his MCAT, so he wants to go med school. So that's all he does is sit here and do his thing, and I leave him here. Okay, all right, ready, bow. They're a little bigger than they used to be. They're a little bigger than they used to be.
Oh my God. And you know, those college years, those 4 years, are the fastest years in the world. They just like zip.
Yeah. They're- Actually, time goes by fast as you get older. It's just like a year passes. Look at when they shut down everything. That was March 15th. That was 6 months ago. Oh, did we bow? Yeah, we bowed, right?
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay, be careful. Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'll see you. Semi. So I gotta